one of the strange things about this is, for me, was, when they do take your work away, um, when they when they take it away, you're asked, what else you got? How are you gonna give up now? Do you apologize,
Never,
even though you know it's the truth?
never.
Or where do you go? And why is this? And what is happening? And it led me back to God. And it led me to God from a place of human evil
Yep.
that I couldn't understand. I mean, I can understand it. I read the science. I read, what I understand of the science, and I read books, and you look at, like, trying to heal human evil. Um, and then you realize, well, if there really is evil, and I go, well, that's evil, then there must be an opposing force to it, God, and that God certainly must allow this, but it's not an even exchange, and that's the thing that brought me back to God,
Mhm.
and to the idea of the atheists, is that they want us to believe that this is all just an accident, that we're living in a stupid world where things just bump.
Exactly.
And out of this stupidity is this glorious accident that came of human
Right.
intelligence, and that is an exception to the dumb, ever expanding, idiotic stupidity of this gigantic thing called the
That's
universe.
right.
And we're the exception.
Right.
No, we didn't come into the world, as Alan Watts says, we came out of it. If there is intelligence, it is not separate than us. It's endemic in this universe that there is intelligence. There is a thing called love. It's the power of everything.
That's right.
And there is a thing called compassion. And if it does exist in the universe because you found it in other people,
That's right.
this is a real thing.
That's right.
And this is the essence of God and love, which is the strongest thing. So why is there human evil? And is it an equal thing? And it isn't. And I would led from God, and I'd asked, I had to ask, what is this? And you have to know that God does have a plan. And God didn't just allow Eden to just be in Eden.
Right.
God wants things to happen. God wants to test us. So God put an apple and go, don't eat that. Whatever you do, don't. You better not, because there's knowledge. Just stay. Don't eat that. Don't, because that. So God wants things to happen. He sets things into play, because what we have sets things into play. Play. What this is a gigantic play,
Mm.
a play that is working out to test us. It is the drama, the laughter, it is the crying, it is the drama. It is to see this life that this universal experiment in consciousness, which is us. That's why our eyes point out, not in, because we are here speaking for the universe, created from this universe, to experience it from a deeper place of consciousness. And everything has consciousness, but it's a more primitive form of consciousness than human beings are. We have come to this point where we're allowed to think that we're a separate us than everything else,
That's
but we're not. We're part of the whole thing. And that's something that we have to learn and teach our kids, what we're here to do. And so, but then why is this evil? Why are we allowed to these things to happen? What is it? And I would just go to a modern theologian by the name of Father Ripperger, Catholic priest, and a good one.
okay.
I know the Catholic Church has been tried to they tried to destroy the Catholic Church too. But the reason I'm a follower of the Catholic Church now is because it's the closest to the actual teachings and words of Jesus Christ. So he said, Jesus already won. Relax. This is just a mop-up mission.
That's
And then
simple.
I have to go back to that's Ripperger, Father Ripperger, and good
I
friend
like that.
Kevin James. And then you have to go to my favorite Zen Buddhist Catholic. Um, was he Catholic? He was Presbyterian. I don't know Presbyterian, but Alan Watts, and he said a wonderful thing, quoting, which I think would be a good thing to leave your audience
Let's do
with,
it.
is the how they teach good and evil to Hindu children, so when they're very young. It's a game of dice. And basically, they roll the dice, and the perfect roll is a 4, which represents a square, which everything is balanced on all 4 sides. That's the best roll you can get, perfection. Now, the second best roll is a 3 or a triangle where you have 2 positive lines and a negative line, and that's so it's basically, 2/3 positive, 1/3 negative. And then the second worst roll, or the third best, is a 2, which are 2 parallel lines that cancel each other out. And the worst roll is a 1, which is a single line reflecting off nothing.
Mm,
And it's a negative line. Now, if you roughly count up the negatives and the positives uh, in that mathematical equation of good and evil, you would say it's 2/3 positive, 1/3 negative. It's not equal. They don't cancel each other out.
right.
But there is enough evil, there is enough bad to make the game worth the candle. So that evil is not going to win, but it's going to give good a run for its money and challenge you. And it's going to try to cancel guys and challenge people with big hearts like Jim Brewer, but they're not going to win.